I am currently a student at Seaman High School in Indiana, and today I'm going to give you a speech about Pistol Pete. Proud and immortal, bright shines your name. Oklahoma State, we herald your fame. Ever you'll find us, loyal and true, to our alma mater. These are the words of Oklahoma State University's alma mater. Like the alma mater, OSU has several symbolic figures. You may have seen the mascot with the big orange cowboy hat, the black pants, the orange chaps, and the vest. This mascot is known as Pistol Pete, Oklahoma State University's mascot. Have you ever wondered how he became Pistol Pete? Well, I'm going to tell you. My boy, may an old man's curse rest upon you. If you do not try to avenge your father's death, you must never stop until they are all accounted for. These are the words of a family friend, Mose Beeman, of the Eatons after her family was brutally murdered. Frank Pistol Pete was born in 1860 in Hartford, Connecticut. Frank moved to Kansas after the Civil War. His father, a former Union soldier, was shot and killed by a group of Confederate soldiers. This memory was forever in Frank's memory, seeing as how he witnessed the murder of his own father. Frank decided he would learn to shoot and handle a gun after being challenged to avenge his father's death by the family friend Mose. During the next few years, Frank was such a good shooter, he could shoot a snake's head off with either hand. Throughout the years, he became faster and more accurate with a gun. At age 15, Frank Eaton learned where one of his father's killers lived. He soon decided it was time to start avenging his father's death. Assuring his gun skills were perfect, he traveled to Fort Gibson to compete with the cavalry's best shooters, continually beating them. After Frank won many competitions, the commanding officer, Colonel Coppinger, gave Frank his marksmanship badge and a new name. From that day on, Frank Eaton was known as Pistol Pete. Frank soon set out to avenge his father's death trail. First was Shannon Cansey, who was shot off of his front porch by Frank. Second was Doc Ferber. Doc was shot off his horse with 245 slugs through his chest. John Ferber was next in line, but he was shot the day before Frank caught him for cheating at a game of cards. Frank went to John's funeral just to assure that he was truly dead. During John's funeral, Frank met a deputy United States Marshal who had been searching for the same men. Frank received a commission after talking about these men. Frank soon became a deputy U.S. Marshal at age 17. Under the hanging judge, also known as Isaac C. Parker, Jim and Janice Cansey were both shot as they drew their guns at Frank when he found them in New Mexico. Frank finally tracked down the last murderer, along with two of his hired gunmen. Wiley Campsey was shot in his barroom fight. 6 long years later, Frank was able to avenge his father's murder. Every man drew first, but came out second in the end. Stories such as the following are what made the fame and glory of Frank Eaton. Truly living the life of a cowboy, sent to pack the fastest guns in the Indian Territory, he usually carried a loaded .45 and often said, "I'd rather have a pocket full of rocks than an empty gun." In 1923, Frank Eaton went to Stillwater's Armistice Day Parade. At the parade's end, the search for OSU's replacement mascot was over. The spirited image of a tough, proud, self-reliant cowboy, triggered by Eaton, then became the university's mascot. When Eaton died, his obituary appeared throughout the country in the New York Times, Newsweek magazine, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the San Francisco Chronicle, the Cattleman, the 1969 American People's Encyclopedia, among many others. Frank Eaton, or you may now know him, Pistol Pete, was a huge milestone for Oklahoma State University. Pete is the prized possession of the university. Looking back upon the history, I learned why Pistol Pete is such a symbolic figure. As a young boy, he defended his father's life with his own honor and ability. Knowing what I do know now about Pete allows me to be an even bigger Oklahoma State University fan. Oklahoma State, Oklahoma State. We'll sing your praise tonight to let you know wherever we go, for the orange and black will fight. We'll sing your worth over all the earth and shout Ki-yi, Ki-yi. In books of fame, we'll write your name, Oklahoma State. Thank you.